Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into the absolutely incredible evolution of radiobiology. This is a science that's really shifting its focus, moving away from just understanding the dangers of radiation to actually harnessing its power for healing and even for exploring deep space. For decades, that's exactly what radiobiology was, a flashlight pointed right at the dangers. Its whole job was basically to map out the risks, to show us exactly how radiation could mess with our cells and our bodies. But now, everything is changing. That same science is being completely re-engineered. It's at the forefront of revolutionary cancer treatments, and it's playing this mission-critical role in making long-haul space travel a real possibility. So that flashlight, it's not just warning us about what's ahead anymore. It's actually lighting the way forward. So let's kick things off with medicine. And this is a big deal because about half of all cancer patients get some form of radiotherapy. It's a cornerstone of treatment. But the real story here is this massive shift, a move away from what was kind of a brute force approach to something with incredible surgical precision. The fundamental problem has always been the same, right? How do you obliterate a tumor without wrecking the healthy tissue all around it? Well, the old way was kind of like using a fire hose. Sure, it was powerful, but it caused a ton of collateral damage. Now the tools we're using are more like a laser scalpel, targeting cancer with sub-millimeter accuracy. It's a whole new ballgame. And one of the biggest game changers here is proton therapy. It all comes down to this amazing physics principle called the Bragg peak. See, unlike traditional X-rays that just blast all the way through you, protons can be told exactly where to stop. They dump almost all their destructive energy right inside the tumor, and then they just stop. It's like a depth charge for cancer cells, exploding precisely where it needs to, doing almost no damage on the way in or out. Okay, but what if we could deliver that radiation not just more precisely, but unbelievably faster? I mean, mind-bogglingly fast. Well, that's the whole idea behind something called flash radiotherapy. It can deliver an entire therapeutic dose in less than 200 milliseconds. That is literally faster than you can blink. And that begs the question, right? Why is faster better? What's the magic in that speed? Well, here's the wild part. Preclinical studies are showing something amazing. This incredible speed seems to have a protective effect on healthy tissue while still being just as deadly to the tumor. So right now, scientists are in a mad dash to figure out the exact biological reason behind this so-called flash effect. But look, precision and speed, they're only part of the equation. Radiation isn't fighting this battle alone anymore. The new frontier is all about teamwork, combining it with other cutting-edge therapies to launch a much smarter, multi-front attack on cancer. We're talking about creating these powerful new synergies. For instance, we can use drugs to basically soften up tumors and make them way more vulnerable to radiation. Or, and this is a huge one, we can use radiation to flag the cancer for the body's own immune system, essentially telling it, hey, go get 'em. And this idea right here perfectly illustrates that point. It's called the abscopal effect, and it is just incredible. It's when you treat just one tumor with radiation, and that treatment triggers a full-body immune response that starts attacking other tumors, even ones far away from the original site. The radiation basically acts like a custom-made cancer vaccine, training your immune system to hunt down the disease wherever it tries to hide. So where this is all headed is a move away from standardized, one-size-fits-all treatments. The future is all about personalization, using things like AI and genomics to understand a tumor's unique biological signature, and then creating a tailored radiation prescription for that specific patient. Now, this is still a very active area of research, but the promise is just enormous. Okay, so now let's zoom out. I mean, way out. We're going from the microscopic world inside our cells to the vast emptiness of space. Because, believe it or not, the exact same science that's fighting cancer is absolutely essential if humanity is ever going to have a future among the stars. Just let this number sink in for a second. In only 6 months on the International Space Station, an astronaut gets hit with a radiation dose that's equivalent to about 1,000 chest X-rays. Now imagine a trip to Mars. We're talking about a constant, relentless bombardment of high-energy cosmic rays and solar particles. It is a huge health risk. So the billion-dollar question is, how do we protect them? Well, radiobiologists are tackling this on two main fronts. First, there's passive shielding. That means using materials packed with hydrogen, think water or special plastics, to basically soak up those radiation particles. And then there's the more sci-fi approach,
active shielding. This involves creating a powerful magnetic force field around the ship to literally push those dangerous cosmic rays aside. So what's next? Where is all of this research really heading? Well, the field is pushing hard into some incredibly exciting new territory, like figuring out how to reprogram a tumor's entire support system and using AI to predict exactly how a patient will respond to treatment. This is basically the roadmap for the future. And what it shows is a huge shift in thinking. Researchers aren't just asking, how do we kill this one cancer cell anymore? No, they're asking much bigger, smarter questions. Take radiogenomics. That's all about using your specific DNA to predict how you'll react to therapy. Or tumor microenvironment. That's using radiation to rewire the entire ecosystem around a tumor to turn it against the cancer. It's a much more complete, holistic view of biology. And so here we are, full circle. That flashlight we talked about, the one that used to only show us the dangers lurking in the dark, it's become a searchlight. We've gone from just spotting the damage to using that very same light to find new paths forward, for patients here on Earth and for explorers heading out into the cosmos. From healing patients with therapies that are smarter and more personal than ever before, to protecting our astronauts on their way to Mars, the science of radiobiology is unlocking a future that honestly used to just be science fiction. It's a field that is absolutely changing our world, and you can be sure we'll be watching to see what it illuminates next.